Hello, this is Cat's Diamond Painting. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back if you've joined me here before. I'm here today with a double first look / sneak peek for Diamond Art Club. I can't really claim that this is a sneak peek because this is quite a long time after they came out. I have got Three's a Charm by Marjorie Sarnat and Studying at the Library by Simz.art, Simone Ferrario. And this one came out, I think it may have even been just before Christmas. And this one came out, I think, at the end of December. They both came out as pre-orders, so it took a little time for them to have stock in to send them over to me, hence why these are a little later than usual. And they did both sell out on pre-order, but are both back in stock. I believe that when Diamond Art Club is bringing something out, releasing it as a pre-order, before they've got the stock in, you know, when they know it's near, they do hold some of the stock back for when it actually arrives. So that's why they're both back in stock. Anyway, really excited to take a look at these. They're both quite big and beastie. So this one here is 81.9 centimetres by 65 centimetres. And this one is 69.9 by 87.9. But you will see when we get into these, they are both highly detailed paintings, and they needed to be big, basically. They're also both square diamonds, and if I flip them over, you will see that they are both full diamond painting coverage, as you'd expect really at this size. Three's a Charm has 57 colours, including 2 Aurora Borealis drills and 5 fairy dust diamonds. And it's got around 86,000 diamonds. And then this one has got 60 colours, including 2 Aurora Borealis and 6 fairy dust diamonds. And it's got a little over 99,000 drills. So yeah, big and beastie, but beautiful. So let me take you through both of these. They're quite different, aren't they? But I thought it'd be fun to look at them both together. So I think what I'm going to do is look at this one first because it came out first. So here we go. I really enjoy Marjorie Sarnat's designs. I have Gnome for the Holidays. I think it's called that anyway. It's a Christmas one featuring gnomes that came out a couple of years back now. And I almost did it for Christmas this year just gone, but then a different one came out that grabbed my attention more, so maybe next year for that one. They are all pieces for people who enjoy confetti, I would say. I'm not expecting there to be a lot of colour blocking in this kit, so that's just something to bear in mind if you're picking it up. Gorgeous though. They're just so fun and bright and whimsical, her paintings. I just really enjoy the art style. So here's the toolkit, which I'll take you through in a moment. Obviously I won't bother to do that for both kits because it's going to be the same, so we'll just look at that once. Here's the thank you for purchase note, which is going to contain my stickers, sticky labels, the diamond painting of course, and at the bottom here is the treasure quest card. Treasure quest cards, or trading cards, whatever you want to call them, are a fairly new addition to Diamond Art Club's kits. Well, I say fairly new, it's been a few months now. They come in 4 different colours. This one looks to be bronze. Yeah, this is a bronze card. So you have bronze, silver, gold and black, and they get more rare as you go through these colours. So the majority of the cards you're going to receive are going to be bronze. You're going to have fewer silver, fewer again gold, and even fewer black. That's certainly borne out in the ones I have. I've got lots of bronze and then descending orders of the rest. I did get my first black card before Christmas and it was very exciting. Anyway, the main purpose of those differences is that where you see this scratch off code at the back, if you go to diamondartclub.com/redeem, which you might just about be able to read there, you will be able to see how you can use these cards to claim rewards. So a certain combination of each is going to give you options to claim gift cards for some really nice juicy values, or even the option to get a custom kit. So that one will go in my collection because I also just like having them as collector's cards, to be honest. And then let me bring you in. And we'll take a look at this toolkit. So this is a new style of toolkit that Diamond Art Club brought out in 2024, and it's got some really nice upgrades for us. First up is the pen. This is called the Twist and Pick Applicator Pen. One end is just a standard multi-placer. It comes preloaded with a 4-placer. You'll note it's a little bit thicker, a bit more ergonomic to grip than your sort of standard kit pens that you get most places. And then if I take the lid off this end, you will see this sort of interesting looking twisty bit. This one's got a brass tip. They are now coming with brass tips, but if you buy a slightly older kit, you might find it has a plastic tip still. And if you see this white stuff in here, this is putty. So the pen comes preloaded with putty. And what you're going to do is twist this, and you do need to do it quite firmly, particularly if it's cooler where you are. But you will see inside the putty kind of oozing up. And that's actually pretty good now. It's just at the level of the edge of the pen, which is what you want. If you have any excess, just pull that off, because you don't want lots of excess putty. It's going to get on your painting. So yeah, this whole chamber can be removed, and you can change it for more putty if you run out. You could change it for wax if that's what you prefer, or a different putty, whatever works for you, but it does come all loaded and ready to go. It's really good, I find, using this pen in particular for special drills, because the putty or wax or whatever you're using, it's a lot harder for it to be pulled out of the pen when it's literally attached through here. Oh look, it's continued to kind of ooze out a bit. So yeah, that would now be ready to go. So that is the pen. Then you get a little roll of baggies, always helpful to have. And here is the tray. So this is the bigger style tray that you get in larger kits. If you get any very small snack size projects, you may find you get the smaller version that's more like this. But this is the usual one to get. It's branded on the side. It has a lid, as you can see, and a stopper. They are stackable when they're like this. So if you have several, you could stack them on top of each other, which is useful if you like to kit up into trays, for instance. And if I open that, you will see you get a plate of wax, in case that's what you prefer to use. You get a 7-placer, which you might want to switch out for that 4-placer. And you get more putty. So between these, you have got more than enough to complete any size painting, I would think, because putty in particular lasts for ages. And as you can see, it's a really nice size tray. So that's going to be your toolkit. And next up, I'm going to take a look in this little pouch, which says thank you for your purchase, and it's going to give you lots of useful information, but most importantly contains the sticky labels. So if I open that up, you will see you've got some tips and tricks there to get the most out of your diamond painting experience. You've got a QR code for joining Diamond Art Club's VIP Facebook group. If you have made a purchase directly from Diamond Art Club, you will be eligible to join. If your Facebook name doesn't match the name on your Diamond Art Club account, you may just need to drop customer services a note, because they do check that that matches up before allowing you entry. You've got kit contents down there. You've got step-by-step instructions, always useful if you're a newer diamond painter. And you've got some instructions there for using that twist and pick applicator as well. And last up, you have got save 20% off your first app purchase. Again, a QR code. So very important to know with Diamond Art Club, you never need to pay full price for their kits. If you are a first-time purchaser from Diamond Art Club and you would like to use my affiliate code, I do have 2 in the description box below. I've got CAT20, which will give you 20% off your first ever order, or I've got CAT10, which will give you $10 US off, or the equivalent in your local currency, off your first ever order. I would receive a small amount of commission if you were to use those. Please don't feel obligated to use them, but make sure you use a discount code, because there's plenty out there. And then even when you've been buying from them for a long time, like I have, there are still ongoing discount codes. So when I say you literally never need to pay full price, I mean it. But yeah, this is one of said codes, and this is a one-time only use for the first time you purchase using their app. And here is the sticker sheet. So these are all individually cut stickers. So if you keep a logbook, that makes it nice and easy for you. On the back, we've got an image of the artwork. Absolutely beautiful and so detailed. This is going to be a lengthy project for me when I get round to it, but I think it's going to be absolutely worth it. And then it's just reiterated those sort of key stats for the kit. And inside here are the pre-cut sticky labels for your storage pots. So you can see just from looking at this a really nice range of the colours. And it's lovely. Lots of blues and purples, some darker colours in there, and just some bright pops of colour, like I've got here an AB that looks to be a yellowy orange colour. Gorgeous. So there's the two ABs, a pink and a yellowy orange, and then 5 fairy dust. I only just told you those a few minutes ago when I was looking at the side of the box, and it's already like this is brand new information to me, so I'm surprised there's 5 fairy dust. So there's like a purple, a red, a sort of greyish colour, a yellowish colour and a white. And of course I will look at all those drills in a moment so you can see them properly. But yeah, lots of special drills in this. If you're not familiar, ABs have a kind of glitzy coating on them. They're used for accents, very pretty, really draw your eye. And fairy dust drills have a coating of mica on them, so they have a sort of subtle glittery effect. They're a nice in-between zone between the glitziness of ABs and then the sort of plain shininess of normal drills. So yeah. So here we have the diamond painting, protected as ever in this branded dust cover. I say branded, there's the branding. And let's get into this. She says, as she has to tear it apart with difficulty. Sometimes they're easier to open than others. This one wasn't so easy. It has Diamond Art Club's trademark tarpaulin background, so it's this really soft canvas material. It adds a real touch of luxury, but it's also practical because the canvas overall has a really nice weight to it. You know, it's not too sturdy, so it's hard to manipulate if you're rolling it around, you know, the pieces that you've done and that kind of thing. And it's also not too flimsy feeling. So here are the colours, but before I go through those, let's take a sneaky peek at the canvas. I'm just going to roll it back on itself to flatten it. You'll have to let me know if you have bought this painting or if you're thinking about buying it now. I know that she's a very popular artist and Diamond Art Club have released quite a few of hers, but it's a very specific style. I get that it won't appeal to everyone, but I think it is stunning. Okay, so actually you can see most of it. That's not bad. But I will pan over it in a little bit so you can see it all properly. Let me just show you that little bit at the top that wasn't visible. And yeah, wow. Confetti center. Whew, that is a lot. I was expecting it to be filled with confetti, but it's taken me aback even. But it just had to be for the artwork. There is so much detail going on in it, and you cannot do that without confetti. And if you don't know what I'm rabbiting on about, by the way, because not everyone uses the same terminology, confetti means basically what you see here, where in any small section of this painting, you are going to see that you're going to be changing the colours you're working with a lot. So there's not really many sections where you're going to be able to get out a multi-placer and whiz through it quickly. It's detailed. That's what it is. I don't know what else to say about that, but it's going to be so worthwhile. If you're looking at it and feeling daunted, but you really love the artwork, my top tip for confetti, or at least how it works best for me so that I can enjoy it and not burn out, is to take a painting in slow steps. So what I will personally do on a painting like this is I will do a row, because I work in rows because I work on an easel. So I will do a row and then I may well want to break after that, or I might do another row, whatever I feel like, but then I will switch to another painting for a bit. And then when I feel like I have that itch to come back and do some really detailed confetti, I'll come back to the painting. So if you're like me and what you ideally love in a painting is a mixture of colour blocking and confetti, so a painting like this looks like it might be a little bit intense, and maybe you're not someone who loves to have more than one painting on the go, just consider that if you really feel like you want to tackle this painting, because it helps. Trust me. And when I do that, I can absolutely love and adore working on a painting like this without getting burned out by the fact it will inevitably move slower than a painting with more colour blocking. Oh, they're so adorable, aren't they? I think the little blue one's my favourite, probably just because blue's my favourite colour, but the pinkish one is very sweet too. And oh my goodness, I mean, the artist is a genius, really. All of the detail that goes into this background, it's just going to be, no two bits are going to be the same, you know, although this theme's going through it. It's just this gorgeous, what would you describe it as? Sort of almost like, would it make sense to say it's a sort of paisley pattern in the background? I'm not sure if I'm using that right, but yeah. Gorgeous. You will notice as well that it has pink lines running through it. That is because Diamond Art Club canvases come pre-sectioned. So these pink lines actually denote where there are perforations in the cover. And that means that if you want to do away with things like release paper or washi tape, if you're the kind of person who likes to section your painting, as I do, you can just use those. So if I just pull it back like that, you can see it a little more clearly. Well, I say that, it's a little hard to tell, but you can see it on my hand there. So they're divided into 10 by 10 centimetre sections, which is a nice section. It's on the smaller side for me, but actually with a high confetti piece, I will stick with smaller sections, so that works out perfectly. Yeah, and it just makes it nice and easy. Okay, let me move this to the side and let's look at the colours. So here they all are, looking beautiful. There's actually, thinking about it, not as many colours as you might expect for a high confetti piece of this size. So we're going to be using a lot of them over and over again. And I can see that straight away on this strip because I've got 4 fairly large bags of 310 here. And then I have got 5 bags of 823. So I'm just trying to get my lighting right so that you can see the numbers. It's a bit of a dim day in here. I say that basically every video because the only place I have to film is a bit like that, but hopefully you can see everything fine. Then I've got 3834, 6030. Do you know what? I'm going to move it in further. That will be better. There we are. 6030, 336. I have got 4 bags of this shade of blue. 803, I have got 3 bags. And then 2 bags of 824. Then I've got 6000, which has become one of my favourite shades of diamond drills. I've seen it in a few paintings recently. It's one of the in-house manufactured colours, so 6000 range denotes it being one of the colours that Diamond Art Club has made in-house because they've realised that there was a gap in the existing DMC range for diamond drills. So yeah, it's a really pretty shade. And then I've got 550, 3345, 3740, 301, 413, 3837, 798, 2 bags of that one, 6033, 844, 597, that's a really lovely shade. I'm a sucker for teals and turquoises, as long-time viewers of the channel may know. 402, 809, 6031, 3776, 3860, 3838, oh, 2 bags of that one. And oh, another bag of 310. And here is the first of the special drills. This is Z155, so it's a fairy dust. And let's see if you can hopefully just get a little glimpse of the glittery effect. It's kind of hard to see through a bag and on a darker drill, but hopefully you can get the gist of it. 3856, 3835, 6012, 340, 317, Z3865, possibly a little easier to see that fairy dust effect on this one, Z3855, 157, 3770, 3746, 208, 3807, 3836, 3364, 898, lost the ability to count then, 501, 3371, 3363 and 355. And then onto the last strip of drills, I have 818, 3756, 947, 3609, 211, 602, 3708, Z600. Oh, that one's lovely shade. 3348. And here is the first of the AB. So most of the special drills are coming at the smaller bag end of the scale. So it's not going to be overly special drill heavy, this painting. So that is a lovely orangey colour. And then there's Z775 and AB603 and then 6011 to end. Another gorgeous shade from the ones that Diamond Art Club makes themselves. So some beautiful colours, a lot of darker shades, like a lot of black, which I hadn't necessarily picked out when just looking at the artwork, and a lot of different shades of blue, which is just, I was going to say music to my ears, but it's more like a sight for my eyes because I love blue. So that's going to be really enjoyable. Okay, I'm going to pan over the painting now so that you can see all of that confetti up close and in all its glory. Yeah, and then we'll move on to the next painting. Sorry, a bit of a wobbly pan over there. It's very, very hard to move the camera slowly and steadily, and it is not a skill that I really possess, so apologies for that. Yeah, I actually thought I'd come back with this painting just to quickly try and find out where some of the special drills go, just because I'm intrigued that it's really not that heavy on special drills compared to a lot of the things we've seen in recent months. So I see the pink AB here, and bear in mind they were really small bags, so that could well be all of it, although I see a tiny bit on that owl over there. And the yellowish AB is here around this one's eyes, and a little bit in this flower, and a tiny bit up there, but again, not very much of that. Now, the fairy dust drill, so N is a purple one, so I'm going to guess, and yeah, I see some of it in the pinky purple owl, but not a lot. I've struggled to find that much of that one, and I think that was the biggest out of all the special drill bags. I do see some down here in these bits of flowers. I can only assume with that one I'm kind of not seeing it for looking, and it's a bit more speckled through the painting. The reddish one, it wasn't actually red, was it? It was like a deep pink. I see that here and here. It's not jumping out at me from anywhere else. And then the squiggly line for the sort of baby blue one. Okay, it took me a bit of time, but I've seen some of that up here. And again, I'm just going to assume there's a little bit speckled around, but it's not been used very heavily. And then the pale yellow one, that is again around the eyes of this one. I guess this is the central one, so it makes sense to draw particular attention to him. And there's a little bit in here, and also I see some actually in the owl there. And then lastly, the white one, that is again around the eyes here. It's a little bit in the middle of all their eyes. It's outlining the tops of these two's heads. And these flowery bits here. And then the odd speckle around. But again, not that much of it. Okay, so not a massive amount of special drills built into this kit. I would imagine because of the busyness of the piece, it doesn't need special drills distracting your eye as much, and I'm happy with that. That works for me, but of course there's always the option to add more in if you prefer a little bit more of a blingy look. Okay, let me put this one away and I will come back to you with the ghost cats painting, as I've been calling it in my head. Here we go with the ghost cats, or studying at the library to give it its proper name. This one is just such a lovely painting. Those cats are adorable. It's a little bit different from my usual style, but this one just really appealed to me. And I do like to try to avoid being pigeonholed by my style if I can. I like variety, so even though some styles I'm naturally more drawn to than others, I always like to pick up paintings that are, you know, a little outside of that. So I was very excited to be offered this one. Okay, so Toolkit we've done. Nothing to see here that we haven't already seen. I'll go through that in a moment. Let's just check if there's a trading card. Yes, and it's another bronze one. Okay, let's take a quick look at the sticker sheet for this one. Oh, I'm trying to open it the wrong way. So 60 colours, and exactly as you would expect from the artwork, the dominant colour for this one is going to be brown. We're going to be dealing with some lovely earthy neutral tones with this one. Not as many pops of colour. So again, for a different reason, this is probably a painting that I would break up a bit, because I find if I work on a painting that's very heavy on one colour, you can get a little burnt out of that colour, and this happens even when I'm dealing with my very favourite colours. So yeah, this is one that I will probably do in sections, and if you're looking at the artwork thinking it's lovely but I just couldn't work with all that brown, I'd suggest that you do the same. So it has, I think that's the same as last time, isn't it? 2 ABs and 6 fairy dust? No, I think that the other one had 5 fairy dust, so this one just pips it to the post. And I absolutely love brown special drills. They always have this really lovely pinky tone that I think is gorgeous. So yeah, let's crack on. Oh, this one doesn't want to come unstuck at all. Never mind, it will still work perfectly well for storing the painting, which is what I do. I like to roll up all of my paintings and put them back exactly as they were. So here are the drills. A Rhapsody in brown, as you would expect. A little pop of green there, and there's some white, and yeah, there'll be little bits that pop out. But yeah, it's going to be a really lovely soft brown colour palette. I'll look at these, of course, in a moment, but again, I am going to have a quick look at the painting first. So, I almost said something very silly then, like a reference to a cartoon that I used to watch 20 years ago, and just stopped myself in the nick of time before I said something extremely uncool, because, you know, wouldn't want you all to think I was a nerd or something. I'm very much a nerd and proud of it. Okay, here we go. Oh, oh, she's so fabulous, and those cats, I just love them. Okay, so this is the bottom half, and then scrolling upwards, as it were, here is the top half. So yeah, first thing that jumps out at me is there is a lot of line blocking in this painting. And by that I mean, so kind of the opposite to the confetti we were looking at with Freezer Charm. It's not a heavy colour blocking piece where you've got large blocks of colour that you can just whiz through, although I do see some of that around the outsides. But where you see all these books, and there's just lines outlining them, Those sections will go fairly quickly if you like to multi-place. You will be able to whiz through them at a decent pace. Okay. Oh, that just doesn't want to unbend, does it? So yeah, I think this one is so sweet. I kind of want to be there, except in reality, ghost cats would disturb me as much as I love cats. But if I was going to accept any kind of ghost, it would be these beautiful felines. They do have slightly grumpy looking faces though, don't they? I'm not sure how friendly they are. I would imagine that cats in a library, ghost cats or otherwise, would enjoy spending a lot of time knocking books off shelves based on my own cat's activities. So let's take a look at those drills. First up, there is a strip which is just 4 bags, 4 quite fat bags of this 838. And then on this strip, I've got 3 bags of 898. Sorry, my camera wasn't focusing there. Then I've got 2 bags of 975, 436, 3781. I have got 3 bags of that. 801 is another 3 bag colour, and 3371 I think might be a big one, so 4, 5, yeah, 5 quite fat bags like this, and then 829 and 2 fat bags of 310. Next strip, I've got 780, 2 bags of 3862, 2 bags of 3863, 2 bags of 6031, and 2 bags of 300. 2 bags of 3857, I sense a theme, and 301. I was going to say, I thought we had 301, but no, that was 300. 3828. Sorry, I'm not sure why my camera keeps going out of focus today. And then I have got 3 bags of 610 and 2 bags of 611, and then 1 bag of 435. Next strip, and we haven't seen any special, I was just going to say we haven't seen any special drills yet, but here's one. But yeah, they are coming in the smaller bags. So we've got 3830, and here is Z562. I think, if I remember right, all the green was in the girl's clothing. So that's going to pick her out right in the centre of the painting with some special drills. 413, 924, Z841, another of the fairy dust drills. And just as I said, brown special drills are absolutely amongst my favourite special drills. 3772, 505, and here is AB3861. Look at those pinky glitzy bits. I love brown ABs. I don't know what it is. 844, 355, 452, Z754, so another fairy dust drill. 3799, 501, 3858, and here is AB5200, a white AB, a slightly bigger bag of that one. 935, 3776, 3362, and 167. And then the last strip of drills to look at has 745, 356, 913, Z951, just a tiny amount of those, 3827, 317, 500, 3856, 3859, 729, 3064, 912, 3829, Z453, 3854, Z738, 936, 437, 3771, and 407. So I think that we must have just about every shade of brown going amongst these drills. So yeah, gorgeous. Okay, I'm going to pan over the painting now so you can see it all a bit more up close. Right, before I go, let's find out where those special drills come into this painting. So I'm reckoning there's going to be a fair amount in the cats, because that is something that I would highlight. So looking for the brown AB first, probably my favourite colour in here. And yeah, I see that in this cat here. And not so much in that one, but it is in this one up here. Beautiful. And then the white AB, as you can probably see at a glance, is outlining all of the cats to make them really stand out. And then with the fairy dust drills, so the squiggly brown one, that is in this cat. And is it in this one? No, I don't see that one in here. Oh, the green one is going to be in the girl's dress. Another brown fairy dust drill here, this X symbol. I actually see around here. So it's not all in the cats, but it is a lot of it in the cats. I don't see that one anywhere else. Is this another situation where I can't see for looking? Oh, it's there in her shoes. But yeah, that's more focused on her, I think. And then this dash symbol, that one is in this cat. Oh good, he's not being left out from all the special drill action. And this one here, which this, I was going to say this rendering looks odd because it's really blocky through the cat. And then I realised, of course, the cat is slightly transparent, and that is the books that you can see through him. Sorry, just don't mind me catching up to where everyone else probably was as soon as they saw the painting. N is another fairy dust symbol, and I see that in this cat and this one, and oh, that's confused me because there's two N's. There's a small N and a capital N, so just watch out for those when you're working on it. And I think this one does not have the small n, lowercase n in it. And then this symbol with the upside down T's on top of each other. I know I've seen that. Where have I seen it though? I bashed the camera with my head when I was looking for it. There's a little bit here in this cat. I don't see it anywhere else. There were only very small bags of some of these special drills. So that is, as far as I can tell, where all the special drills are. The bulk of the painting, much like the last one, is going to be standard drills. It's not a very blingy painting, but the bits that they've accented, the cats and then a fair few bits on the girl, make perfect sense. You know, I wouldn't personally understand it if we were starting to accent random parts of the books, which is the bulk of the rest of the painting. So yeah, that works well in my opinion. So yeah, that is studying at the library. And as I said, there is a fair amount of blocking in this one if you consider line blocking to be part of colour blocking. So I don't think it will be that slow to work up if you like to multi-place, because these sections here would go very quickly with a longer multi-placer. So yeah, it's going to be really pretty. Browns are very effective in diamond drills, I find. So yeah, it's going to look really pretty. Okay. That's it from me. I hope you've enjoyed taking a look at these with me, and do let me know in the comments below if you picked up either of these on release day or since, because as I said, they are currently both in stock at the time of filming. I did remember to check for once before hopping on here. Yeah, I think they're gorgeous paintings and really lovely additions to my diamond painting collection. Thanks for watching. If you have enjoyed this video, please consider dropping a like on it. And if you're not yet subscribed to my channel, I would love to have you stick around, so please consider doing that too. And I will hopefully see you again soon. Bye bye.